What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my WWE Royal Rumble 2016 recap that happened last night. You know, still watch the big events, and I still keep up here and there. And so work with me here on the news. The Royal Rumble is actually my favorite match. It takes me back to being a kid again. I love it. I love to play into it. So let's talk about it. I thought the event as a whole was actually pretty good. They opened it up with Dean Ambrose defending his Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens and a last man standing match, and it was a great match, and it was funny. Both of them have such charisma. At one point, Dean throws Kevin over the announcement table. Kevin takes out Michael Cole and is using Michael Cole's face to try to stand back up. All the trash talking back and forth. It's eventually ended with Dean Ambrose pushing Kevin Owens off the outside of the top rope onto stacked tables. There was like 2 or 3 stacked tables, and then they counted the 10 count, and he was the last man standing. So it was a great match. Great way to open up the show. I'm not quite sure of the order here, so work with me, bear with me. Next up, my boys, the New Day, walked down, and they defended their title successfully against the Usos, who I also like. So this is one of those matches where you just really saw a lot of cheers, really. And the New Day is so over that I think that they should allow them to break the tag team record. I'm not quite sure how long it is. Some of the records are like years long, like the Bruno Sammartino one. So if it's over, say like a year and a couple of months, then maybe not. But if that record's anywhere around a year and 3 months, I think they should allow the New Day to break it. Plus, they owe it to Big E, especially to Kofi. I mean, they've paid their dues. They're so over. Let them break that record. The crowd was chanting for Francine, the trombone. Okay, they kept their titles. Next up, I think we saw the Divas Championship match, Charlotte Flair against Becky Lynch. This was a good match. They worked well together. The whole time, though, I was just looking to see. They're both very athletic. The transitions were better on this one, too. They've wrestled before where I thought their transitions were rough. To me, they were better on this match here. I was basically waiting to see how Ric Flair was going to intervene because I knew that he was. And he did. Came out to the end. So Becky Lynch has her in the disarmor, and Ric Flair's on the apron, fiddling around with his sports jacket. He leans over the ropes and he goes, I don't know why. Maybe because it was a perfect throw and the jacket just draped over her face so perfectly that I started cracking up. Every time I think about it, I crack up. Ric Flair's hilarious. I love Flair. So, and if I was Charlotte Flair's daughter, oh my gosh, I'd be pumping my dad's name too. If my dad's Ric Flair, you best believe I'm walking out with my dad. My dad's a freaking legend. So anyway, when people say, oh, she's living off her dad's Ric Flair. Her dad is a living legend who changed the game from the beginning. You should read what Ric Flair's actually done. So what I liked is that she kept her title. What I like is that Sasha Banks came out and challenged her afterwards. And what I've always said is Sasha Banks took the title from her in NXT. Sasha Banks is going to take the title away from her here. And I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, next up, Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio. What I thought, because I didn't realize that Alberto Del Rio had got the U.S. title back. I thought Kalisto was still the champion. So when Del Rio came out, and I was like, what, did he steal it from? That's what I thought. I thought he stole it. So by the end of the match, they said, and new champion. I was like, oh, no, he had got it back. I love Kalisto. I'm so glad. I like Alberto Del Rio too, actually. But I really like Kalisto. He's so charismatic in ring with what he does. He's fantastic. That little guy, he's just impressive. So I'm glad that he's getting some singles fame, and whatever kind of push he can get is for the better. I like Kalisto. So I think that's all the matches. So let's talk about the actual Royal Rumble match. And I thought as a whole it was pretty good. Started off, of course, with Roman Reigns. I don't like the idea of a belt being defended at the Royal Rumble. I don't like it, and I hope that they don't do it again. So Roman Reigns came out first. Number 2 was Rusev. He eliminated him immediately. And number 3 was AJ Styles. And the crowd went wild. They were in Orlando. I don't know if he's from there. Someone let me know. But man, they were chanting for AJ Styles throughout the entire match. And he was there for about a good 20 minutes. He was one of the workhorses. You know, there's always a few. Him, Chris Jericho came in number 4. He was the biggest workhorse. Man, Chris Jericho was taking bumps for everybody. I mean, Chris Jericho put in some work. So did AJ Styles, man. He got his little flashing moments. He took some big bumps. I heard he was coming off of some like herniated discs or something like that. He didn't look it. I'm really anxious to see how they're going to play him because he came in with so many eyes on him, especially with that big of a pop that he got. I wonder what level, what's the storyline's going to be with AJ. You let me know what you think they should do with AJ Styles. R-Truth, I actually like his absent-minded Professor Bits. He comes in, he runs down to the ring, takes out a ladder, sets it up in the ring, climbs up the ladder, and goes, R-Truth, it's not a ladder match. Of course, he gets eliminated immediately after. Kofi Kingston, of course, came in with his spot. I knew that the New Day was going to catch him. I knew that that's what it was going to be. And so it was just a matter of how that was going to happen. So Biggie caught him on his shoulders, and then he paraded him around the ring. Kofi took a drink of someone else's, one of the fans' drink. And it was really funny, but it was just too short. They are shortening Kofi's spot more and more every year. We know he's not going to win, but in the beginning, Kofi used to have a long spot, and he would get his shine just from being he was one of the workhorses actually in the match. And on top of that, he would get that spectacular moment where he would walk on his hands or go from the ring to the apron or use JBL's chair. He's done some awesome stuff. So they're getting less creative, and it's a shorter spot. I knew that the New Day was going to catch him, but I expected it to happen multiple times. I think it was obvious. They should have let Kofi stay in there for a while, be one of the workhorses, and have the New Day constantly catching him. It writes itself. It would have been amazing, but maybe because they're so over, they wanted to get them out quickly and not steal the shine from Roman Reigns. Maybe. Because around this time is when the League of Nations comes out with Mr. McMahon. They snatch Roman out of the ring. They all do their finishers on him. They get him on the announce table. Rusev comes across the announce tables and does this big splash. And he ends up walking up to the outside of the arena because he's so hurt. Although we all know eventually he's going to come back. And I was just like, please don't let this man keep his title. Please. Because the crowd has been booing him since number one, which was him. So anyway, I didn't like the fact that they were taking the attention away from the match and putting it on that situation outside of the match because I'm not into that storyline. So as soon as he went back up the apron, I was like, good, now get back to the match. And in that time, Kofi was eliminated, so we didn't even see the elimination. So underused there, Kofi. Again. There were no big old school names. No Sergeant Slaughter or something like that, or Umaga or something like that. A real old school Billy Gunn, somebody. They got somebody working back there. So they didn't really have any old school members. So I thought that was missing. And of course, when Brock Lesnar came in, he got a huge pop. He was the one that basically eliminated the entire Wyatt family except for Bray Wyatt. And then the Wyatt boys came back in and they eliminated Brock Lesnar. And I was waiting for Brock Lesnar to flip his lid like he normally does when he gets eliminated, but he didn't. So I thought that was missing. So the number 30 entry was Triple H. And then once I saw that, I was like, okay. He may not keep his title, Roman Reigns, that is. Sami Zayn came in from NXT. I was hoping we might see the Demon Finn Balor, but we didn't. Triple H was the one to eliminate Roman Reigns. It was Roman Reigns eliminating Sheamus, and then right after that, he was distracted, so Triple H eliminated him, and it came down to Triple H and Dean Ambrose. And for a split second, I was like, are they going to give it to Dean? No. They didn't give it to Dean. Triple H eliminated him. So, it makes sense in a way. I think it's actually unfair the way they've been writing Roman Reigns. They're trying to force him down our throat as a face, and it is not working. I don't know what they should do, but stop trying so hard. It's probably going to be Roman Reigns and Triple H at WrestleMania. I'm not looking forward to that either, but I am glad that Roman lost the title, because if he would have kept it, then they would have used that entire match to basically prop up a storyline, which is whack. And they did anyway, but it's whack. Don't ever defend the title at the Royal Rumble again, please. All right. Let me know what you thought of the entire show. If you had any picks, how those went down, what you thought should have happened, and your reactions. I won't be doing any 50-second recaps on this. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe, like, talk to me. Take care, and goodbye.